Good evening, folks. Dr. Freedom here with a times from Dr. News. News from in and around the universe that may or may not make you remember that you are the master. Yes, some really amazing news out of Big Finish, plus a couple of articles I forgot yesterday because I was sorting through them and dummy me forgot to put them on the cast. But let's get to the main thing. Let's get to the one thing you're looking for. Let's hop right into looky here. Derek Jacobi is returning as the master for Big Finish Audios. That's correct. He'll be reprising his role as the master. Remember, he performed briefly as the master at the end of Utopia, all the way back. I believe that was Series 3. Utopia. All right. So, as a matter of fact, I love the fact they timed this to the fact that this is 10 years ago today. He's returning to the character in 4 brand new adventures made by the arrangement with the BBC Worldwide to be released in December. And they go in here, skilled producer, blah, blah, blah. Okay, Doctor Who, The War Master, Volume 1 follows the exploits of the Doctor's arch enemy during the course of the devastating Time War, featuring stories from acclaimed Doctor Who writers James Goss, Guy Adams, and Nicholas Briggs, as well as new writing talent from James H. Jones. All right, and there's some comments here from Guy Adams, Nick Briggs, and James Goss. Okay, the 4 stories announced are the following: Beneath the Viscoid, and see, The Good Master, The Skyman, and The Heavenly Paradigm. And there's a synopsis for each one here, and also there is a trailer. So, The War Master Volume 1 is available to pre-order from BigFinish.com, £23 for the CD box set. Download will cost you £20. It's also available to pre-order in a bundle with the upcoming releases of Gallifrey the Time War and Tales of New Earth on CDs for £63 and a download for £54. More details can be found on the Big Finish website. If you want, you can link to it through here. So, it was sad that we lost, John Hurt, because the War Doctor, series was such an incredible tale. And it plus was giving us a little bit of insight, into what went on during that time. So now we're going to get the other side of the coin. Said some people are freaking out about the continuity thing. I'm assuming, it's going to be worked out. Don't even worry about continuity. Come on, it's freaking Doctor Who. How many times and how many different ways was Atlantis wiped out all the way back in the Pertwee era, according to so moving on. So very exciting news from that. Also, there's new clips up for this week's episode for, Eaters of Light. There's this one here, Peter Pearl and the Picts. And apparently that's who the people are we're seeing. For some reason, I assumed they were Celts, but then it's like, wait a minute. Yeah, the Picts were the guys up in the northern area. What did the Romans ever do for Doctor Who? And this is, of course, Stephen Moffat. Missy's Crib is also new. So there's a whole bunch of stuff here if you haven't watched it yet. The Return of Alpha Centauri one's pretty cute as well. All right, moving on. Stephen Moffat. Okay, boom. I forgot to put this all the way back to the top. There's a lot of really juicy stuff in this article. I believe he said something about filming should wrap up. I believe he said, forgive me if I got this wrong. I'm going off memory here because it's a very, very big interview. And I believe he said something about July 11th, if I remember correctly. Or go check early letters if I'm wrong, because he was the one who had that up earlier today, and I knew I should have written it down. So all this right here under Coquillion, Steve Moffat, head writer. And matter of fact, that's what he was interviewed on stage at the Fairford Festival. Fairfield Festival of Fiction. Say that about 10 times fast. See how well you do. And so it's a very interesting interview, very long, very good stuff. I hope y'all please go take a good look at it. All right. Okay, moving onward. Mark Gatiss, being in charge of Doctor Who, is a poison, Chalice, says Gatiss. He goes, to be honest, the job of showrunning Doctor Who, I think, is probably the hardest job in television, and I've seen it up close. Stephen was only 19 when he started. Gatiss joked, it's taken a terrible toll on him. Honestly, it has an obvious huge appeal, but equally it's just so completely all-consuming. I act and write, and I couldn't do both. I couldn't do it if I did that. I wasn't offered it, but it's it's such a poison chalice. It's like the England managership, I imagine, knowing nothing about football. There's so much expectation, such a weight of expectation, millions of people who think they can do it better than you. It's sort of a relief to not be asked, to be honest, but if I had been in charge, I would have canceled it immediately just out of spite. No, I don't know. I would never have any huge plans. So he goes on a bit more on that particular subject. And like I said, I believe he said also, yeah, that's right. Here's the full Q&A at the Oxford Union. That's what I almost forgot. If you want to go check it out, these are usually pretty damn good. I have not had a chance to watch this yet. So if you want to go watch that, boom, it is linked for you right here. Moving onward, Doctor Who's Guide to Scotland. I threw this on for shits and giggles because, of course, this weekend, the show goes back to Scotland with the Eaters of Light. And here, of course, this isn't the Gallifreyans' first jaunt to Scotland. The show itself has a strong relationship with that country. Doctor 7, 10, and 12 are all played by Scottish actors, and as is Missy, Captain Jack Harkness, Amy Pond, Karen Gillan, to name but a few. Even current showrunner Stephen Moffat is Scottish. So have a seat, grab a bagpipe, don a kilt if you take a look at Doctor Who's history with Scotland, and it goes back quite a long way, if I remember right, all the way back to, the Highlanders right here in 66, along with a few other things he mentions along the way. The Highlanders, sadly, of course, is a missing episode, and it introduced Jamie McCrimmon, one of the more memorable companions of the show, and he was also one of the longest-running companions, if memory serves. Oh, well, so interesting stuff, along that front. So, folks, that's all I had for you tonight. Just a quick update to add on to it. I'm all excited. My nipples are hard. My head's about to explode. Derek Jacobi is going to be reprising his role as the Master, because a lot of us thought, damn, he only got to be the Master for like 5 freaking minutes. And it looked like he was so damn sinister, and you want to see more of it. And now we're going to get, well, you're not going to see more, but you're going to hear more. So, hey, you got to love Big Finish. Well, folks, that's it. Good night. Take care. Have a good one. See you tomorrow on the Omega Files.